Hi, Lindsay. How are you?
Hey, Michelle, I'm doing great. How are you? How's everything?
Good, good. Lindsay, what day is it today?
Today is Monday, Manic Monday, right?
Monday. Monday. Lindsay, do you have a favorite day of the week?
It's Monday, no. I actually don't mind Mondays that much, but I
I
would
know.
say my favorite day, probably like Sunday. I like Sundays, maybe
You like
Fridays.
Sundays? I don't like Sundays. Yeah, I think Fridays might be. I guess Saturdays, Friday, Saturday. I
Saturdays.
do. I do
Yeah.
like the weekend. I do. I do. I think my favorite time of the week is Friday night.
Oh, it's
It's
good.
just the weekend is just starting.
Yes.
Watch something good on TV, get,
100%
all
agree.
cozy. It's the best.
Yeah, especially now that, like, at this point in my life, I don't feel the pressure to have plans on Friday nights.
Yeah.
So we love to go to the movies on Friday nights because
Oh,
it's just the
nice.
best thing. All you have to do is stare at the movie screen. Like, you don't because you're so fried after the
Yeah,
week.
just
You just
focus on
stop work.
something else.
Yeah, maybe you just drop everything. You're like, "Okay, I'm done for the week. I'm gonna
Yes.
go to the movies. I'm gonna order dinner at the movie." It's so good.
Right,
It's so good.
right,
Yeah.
right. Exactly, exactly. So, guys, before we get into the listener question for today, make sure that if you haven't hit follow wherever you are listening to All Ears English, you hit that follow button. Make it
Yes.
easier on yourself because then the episodes will come directly to you. You don't have to go looking for them. Hit follow wherever you listen.
Yeah, it's January now, guys. So we're getting into prime time for learning, right? This is the time to do that. Early January, make that commitment. We publish 4 days a week. So be here with us as soon as our episodes go live. So excited to have us here. And
Definitely.
our focus here, Michelle, what is it? Just real quick for any new listeners, what is our focus on All Ears
Our
English?
focus is connection, not perfection, guys. That
Yes.
means we are focused on those human connections, and we realize
Yes.
that other things can get in the way, like
Yes.
specific things with if you're just focused on every single piece of grammar, if you're just focused
Hmm.
on every single thing, then you might miss out on the connection. So we are about getting as close as you can to being, really great. And we want to teach you those things as to how to perfect your English. But we really believe in this philosophy that the connection is the most important part.
You got it. Human connection, not perfection. So that's what we do here, guys. So hit follow if you agree with that philosophy. Good.
Definitely.
Okay.
All right, Lindsay. Well, we have a question from Anita today, and this is going to be a lot of fun. I really like this one. Could you read the question for us?
Yeah, so Anita says, I'm always confused about what is the correct way or the difference exactly to use. What date is it and what day is it? Could it be a
Mm.
topic someday? Thank you for your efforts and your time. Great question. Great
Guess
question.
what, Anita? It could be a topic someday, and that someday is today.
Today.
So,
Yay. Fun.
yeah, this is a good one. I'm excited for this episode. Guys, though, we are going to direct you to another episode to listen to if you haven't yet. Episode 2099 was how to switch topics like a pro for better connections.
Such an important topic. So many listeners have asked us, how do I do that? How do I move between topics? There is a very specific way to do it, guys, and we show you over on that episode. So just scroll down and find 2099. All right.
Perfect. Okay, love it. All right, so let's get into it. What is the difference, Lindsay, between day and date?
Oh, okay. So let's break it down. Let's make it simple for our listeners. Day is just the day of the week. It's only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Those are your
That's it.
only options, right?
Yep.
There's only seven.
Those are your only
Yeah.
options. But the date is a
Date.
number, right? The
Mhm.
2nd, the 14th, right? March 16th, December
Yes.
23rd, right? Those are
Mhm.
dates. So
Yes.
that that's we'll start with that. That's a difference. But we're going to talk about these questions from the listener. So, she said, what day is it? Okay, which is the
Mhm.
correct? What date is it or what day is it?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's start with what day is it? Does that sound natural to you? What day is it?
Yeah, it does. I just think it depends on the context of the question, right? Depends on what you're asking about. Can you give me a little more context behind your
Let's do it.
question, Michelle? Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah.
it. So, uh if I say, well, let's just move on to an example. So
Yeah.
if my son might say, "What day is my birthday?" And then I
Mhm.
say, "Oh, it's I don't know, I'm making up a day. It's
Yeah.
February 2nd."
Yeah.
And then he might say, "No, what day is it?" Right?
Right.
So,
Yeah,
You
he's
know,
asking for
we're
the day.
yeah. Generally, I think we use this construction with day
Yeah.
because to me, when I hear "What date is it?" that sounds
Mhm.
awkward. Um,
Right, I agree. It's hard to say, it's weird, it doesn't
what
quite
date
work.
is it? Yeah. To me, I don't think there's anything necessarily specifically wrong with it, but I would say, "What's the date?"
Yeah, or on what date will the event be held if we wanna be formal, right? Um,
Yeah, yeah. Well, even if I was doing that, I might say, like, "What's the date of the event?"
Duh, I agree. I was way too formal, what I just said.
On what day? But I mean, that wasn't wrong, Lindsay. But yeah, I might just say, what's the date of the event? So with days, I believe people usually say, what day is it? And with
Mhm.
dates, oh, wait. And with dates, people usually say, what's the date?
Yeah,
Right.
what
So I don't
day is
really
it?
hear
What's the
what
date?
date is it.
No, I agree with that. It just sounds awkward, right?
Yeah. And to tell you the truth, I mean, guys, I think native speakers get this confused as well,
Yeah.
right? So for example, someone may say, "I have to be there on Tuesday," and another person would say, "Sorry, what day is that?" And the person might say, "Well, it's Tuesday." And they might say, "No, sorry, the date." Right? Have you
Yeah,
ever been in that kind of a situation?
sure, yeah, and I think it's because of the pronunciation, day or
Ah,
date, right? It's hard, like, sometimes maybe the T can get lost, the T sound at the end of date, and they do sound similar in a fast conversation. That's what I
yeah.
would say.
Yeah. I think also just people might have their mind geared in one direction or the other, like
Mm,
whatever they're listening for. They might just have kind of
yeah,
decided that this, like it's just where
I
your
agree with
mind
that.
is,
Mm,
right? And
yes.
you choose one but sometimes we really just need to clarify.
Well, that's actually talking about the concept that you mentioned, the concept of the brain box. So we talk about on our IELTS Energy podcast, guys, open your brain box. What do you expect to hear in this conversation? You can use that to your advantage. Prime your mind for what you expect to hear, but sometimes that actually causes mistakes. Because if
Mm,
I'm expecting you to tell me what day is the party and you say it's March 22nd, uh,
yeah.
my wires are going to get a little crossed, right?
Right. Right. Right.
So, yeah, really interesting. But the brain box works if we're priming ourselves for what we want to hear. Just want to make sure we get that information. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. So, what else, Michelle? Where do we go from here?
So sometimes people don't think of the difference and they need to clarify as we've said. So now what if
Hmm.
you're talking about both? Okay. So
Hmm.
I think it's more likely that you would say date. So for example, this makes me think of school. So what's the date? The teacher might
Hmm.
ask and you might say, Lindsay,
It's Wednesday, January 2nd.
right? Like I think that if you are torn between choosing day or date, I think
Hmm.
date more encompasses the whole thing.
Yeah, sure. You can't go wrong if you just say the whole thing. If you're not sure what they're asking for, day or date, just say everything. Give more information than you think they need. All right.
Right, right. So I think the whole point is to be clear and clarify if the person doesn't give enough information. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's do a couple examples.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. So, hey, when is our next recording?
Tuesday.
Ooh, no, sorry. What date is our next recording?
Oh, the 14th.
Okay, nice. Sounds like a common conversation, right, Michelle?
Right. So like sometimes you might need to know the actual date, right? Sometimes okay, yeah, I know that it's Tuesday, but do you know the date?
Right.
Why
Right.
why might you need to know the actual number, the actual date?
Maybe if you have a book. I still use a calendar book. I don't even use Google Calendar that much.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you need to write it down, or I'm not sure why exactly. Just
Well,
to be more specific, you know?
I agree with you. Maybe you're scheduling something, like maybe you planned a doctor's appointment for the
Yeah.
13th and you're getting I mean, I'll give an example. Just recently, Lindsay, I had to cancel our recording because I lost my voice, and then we scheduled like several weeks in advance, and I
Yeah.
had to kind of go back and forth because I
Right.
mixed up the day and the date, and then I did the same thing with my daughter's babysitter. I said, "No, it's a
Oh yeah.
Tuesday. No, it's a Wednesday."
Oh my gosh. Oh no, Michelle. It sounds like a disaster.
Yeah, no, but I got it. But it's sometimes the
Okay.
day and the date, it can get a little bit confusing. So,
Okay. Yes.
so that's why you might need to sometimes know, no, what's the actual date?
Oh, or when your birthday, because sometimes our birthday falls on different days. And that's what we're going to get into here in the next little role play. Yeah. Should we do it?
Let's do it. So,
Yeah.
when is your birthday this year?
The same as every year, Michelle.
No, I mean the day of the week.
I think it's a Monday this year. I'm a little
Okay.
sassy there in my response.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
this year
you're a
you
little
sent me a
sassy.
text
Come
message
on.
on I know, this year I think you sent me a text message on, like, July 4th, like, about a month before my birthday, which I appreciated the gesture, and it got me warmed up for my birthday, Michelle, like,
Oh god, yes. I know. I remember. I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna show Lindsay how much I care about her." And I was like, "It's your birthday, isn't it?" And she's like, "No."
I think that's hilarious. That's hilarious. I
Yeah, whoops.
appreciated it. Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
good. So exactly. So the whole joke here is I said, "When's your birthday?" And then why was that sassy, Lindsay? You said the same as every year.
Because I'm assuming you mean, what is the date? And, we've been working together for 9 years, but I think your birthday is in, what is it? End of November? I think it's the 28th of November, right? Is that right?
No, you're also a month ahead.
December 20 no,
End
is
of
it
December, yeah, 30.
Yeah, yeah. I'm also a month ahead. I can't believe it. Oh my
We're both
gosh.
gosh. Yeah, but I think the key was I said, "When is your birthday this year?"
Oh, you're
Right?
right. Yeah,
So
in detail.
I'm trying to imply, okay, I know the date, but I need to know the day, and you are just
Yeah.
kinda making a joke at me.
I just kind of didn't even pay attention to this year, right? If I had paid really close attention to your question, I would have known you were asking for the day, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I clarified. I said, "No, I mean the day of the week," right? So maybe I'm trying to plan a party.
Yes.
Maybe I just want to remember for whatever reason. Maybe I'm planning an episode about your birthday and I want to put it on a specific day, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Michelle, when do you think is the best day of the week to have your birthday? For your birthday, lands on all different days every
Yeah,
year. So, what
yeah.
would you vote for in terms of the best day?
I think as we were talking about our favorite days, I would say a
Yeah.
Saturday. What do
Yeah.
you think?
Saturday or Sunday. Friday, I wouldn't mind a Friday because you can still do something fun,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, guys, let's just review it quickly. So, to review, with date, you say, "What's the date?" And what do you
Yep.
say, Lindsay, with day?
What day is it? Right? And
Yes.
that could also be when you wake up in the moment in time. Oh, I just woke up. What day is it? I'm totally blanking. Right?
Do you ever
Um,
think it's a different day than it actually is?
oh
And
yeah.
yeah, and then you're like, "Oh, I thought it was Friday. Oh, it's Tuesday."
Oh,
Ah.
totally. Totally, that happens sometimes. Yeah, so that could be used whether it's in that moment when you just honestly forget what day it is, or when you're talking about the party. Oh, what day is it? What day is the party?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, we can do a follow-up in the future to go into this a little bit more. But today let's do a role play and work
Yes.
on those questions.
Okay, let's do it. So here we are scheduling a lunch date, not a lunch day, a lunch date.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, so when are you free?
I think Wednesday.
Oh, sorry. What date is that?
Oh, the 14th.
Oh, nah, that doesn't work for me. I can do the 23rd though.
What day is that?
It's a Monday,
Okay, that works. What day is it today?
Tuesday.
Thanks. I kept on thinking it was Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah, and I also think when it comes to dates, it's likely that I have a calendar in front of me, right? Like
Mhm.
or in my head, I'm thinking about a calendar because I'm asking
Mhm.
for the exact date. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
So, interestingly enough, I flipped it this time and I did do an example of what date is that? Um
Mm.
why do you think that what why do you think that sounds okay?
I think it totally works. It does sound natural. Um, what you're meaning to say is what date is that on,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What date
Yep.
is that on, right? That Wednesday, what date does that occur on?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
But we don't say on really. We try to avoid the ons at the end of sentences.
Yeah.
Just that preposition at the end just doesn't really work. It's awkward. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So you can say for scheduling what day is that or what date is that. And
Hmm.
that's okay. And then I said what day is that? Because you mentioned the 23rd.
Hmm.
And then you said a Monday, and then what did I say?
And then you said, "Okay, that works. So, what day is it today?" and you might say like a by the way, or oh, and by the way, what day is it today?
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
I just got a little confused, I guess.
Sure. You got confused. I think as a backup plan too, guys, if you're saying this to someone and you're worried they're not going to be clear, you could say, "What day of the week is that?" Right? What day
Yeah.
of the week is that?
Yes, you could say that as well.
That solves the problem entirely. And then if you're the one listening, you just need to pay really close attention because I think it's
Yeah.
about the pronunciation. It's the switching can get hard to listen for.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, this was a great question. The takeaway is there are some main things to follow, right? We gave you some of the differences today, and how it would work in role plays. And so give this a try in your next conversation. Remember, day is a day of the week, and date is a number within a month.
Yes, I love it. And so, another piece of the takeaway today, guys, is go and make those plans. Now that you know the difference between day and date, don't
Yeah.
hold back from creating friendships and social engagements. If you have a New Year's resolution to go out and be more social, go do it, right? Go do
Yep.
it. Get your calendar, make some plans. Good stuff.
That's right. Love it. All right. Well, great question. Thank you to Anita again. And thanks, guys, for listening. We will see you on the next episode.
All right, Michelle, take care. Talk soon.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.